Okay, let's test some things. We have over here and this. Test number 2. Okay, so that's working fine. Hopefully we won't crash this time. We need to re-loot this house. I don't remember there being much worth the trouble. No, that's not true. There was a sweater. Okay, so we got the sweater. I think that's really the only thing worth grabbing. Maybe some of these things for cloth to repair the sweater with. Federal. Don't need that guy. Okay, where are we? We are over here on the right side. And don't crash, question mark? Okay. So I don't hear anything dangerous. Let's go and continue to charcoal this lowland area. See how far we can get. Let's see. Maybe... Yeah, we can do it over by the rabbits. Actually, we're low on fatigue. Are we going to sleep soon? I don't think so. Let's wait until it's a little bit darker. Actually, let us... Dear. Let's go all the way up to the top of this rock. That should give us the best vantage point for a snorkel. Okay, as long as we don't get snuck up on by a bear or something. Which I wouldn't put it past. Oh! I heard a snort, but it might have been a deer noise. Okay, I think it was a deer noise. Whew. Yeah, I guess anything that sounds like a honk is a deer. I'm so used to just normally wildlife, it's either squirrel noises or is silent. So if I hear, you know... Oh, that's nice. It looks like we're at the map edge already over here. If I hear a larger animal make a noise, like a deer honk, it's a little bit more distressing than it ought to be. Okay. You can just follow... You. Hold on. You. And you. I see you. Now the question, is that another wolf pack or is it just a couple of lone wolves? Okay, that's definitely another wolf pack. Let's not mess with that. Let's go and take a nap. Let us go and sleep before we bother those guys. And think about actually how to deal with them. Let's see. Do we have firewood? A little bit. So those Timberwolf packs will, when they aggro on you, they get a health bar. It's like a morale bar. You can either scare them or hurt them to lower it. Eventually you break their morale and they'll run away, but until then, they'll try to take little nibbles out of you. Ruin your clothing. Take your health down, that kind of stuff. And one of the upsides, though, is if you have a fire, or something like, I guess, a marine flare. I'm not sure if a regular flare works. But if you have a fire, then they won't approach you close enough to bite. And as long as you can keep the fire burning, you can pick up torches and throw the torches at them. Eventually that will lower their morale enough that that they run away. And so if you got no other option, that's the one to do. Let's see. If you're holding a torch, it may also scare them away. But that one I'm not entirely sure about. Okay, so we got... Actually, before we sleep, let's repair that sweater. Because right now, if we fell asleep, the fatigue meter, the whole thing, it takes 12 hours of sleep to fill that up. So we've probably only gotten about 9 or 10 hours of sleep that's good for us before we wake up. And that would put us at before dawn. And I prefer to wake up around dawn because it's a little bit more convenient when it comes to dealing with the light. So let us
It's gonna get a lot
take an
colder
hour and
soon.
20 to
It's
repair
making
this.
me feel tired.
And now, is that better than our other sweater? Where is our other sweater? Here, this. It is better. Okay, so let us wear that. Do I not have materials? So no cloth, which means let's... It's always nice to have a couple of cloths on hand, if only for repairing or making bandages. But we're right about at the spot where... Yeah, let's swap this in. Nope. Don't want to harvest. We want to go here, and we want to... Where? Okay. Oh. That's very foggy. That is actually extremely foggy. But it's not our problem, because we're just going to sleep. A little low on food. A little low on food. Probably going to have to look for that deer carcass tomorrow morning. Get some meat off of it. I think there's a bed if I do this and this. No, old bedroll. You know what we can do? We can just put the bedroll that we're carrying down. Come on, gotta get that pixel. And then sleep for probably 11 hours. See where that puts us. Should be somewhere at least halfway decent. Alright, we are dehydrated now. We're out of water. We will have to make a fire to replenish that water. And we can nibble on some snacks. Okay. It's still kind of dark. Pick up, and I hope that it is light enough to see something. Here's the door. Okay. Still pretty foggy, quite windy, and very cold actually. So we are at... I'm surprised that this house is not showing on the map. Okay, we're right about... There's the river, so we're right about here. So that means the deer carcass should be across this little pond. What was that? Nothing. Across this little pond and somewhere maybe up in that hill area. Up in those rocks. Let's see. Ooh, it is quite cold. That temperature gauge is going down. Despite all of my quite strong clothing. Let's see. Is the deer hiding in all this scrub brush? No. Let's remove one of these scrub brushes just to make a path up. Because that looks like it might be a little bit of a shortcut. And also we can use the... Move to? We can use the sticks to burn. Okay, and it actually warmed up substantially now that the wind has gotten more reasonable. Okay, I was hoping we'd be able to walk over that, but I guess not. Oof. Head down. Anything down in this area? Yeah, the carcass has got to be right there according to the map. Maybe you can only get to it from up there, across the tree trunk.
Can't feel my hands.
Interesting. Okay. There. It's going to be under the crows. Should have thought of that when I heard them. Okay. Should be right in this lowland area. Yep, there it is. Okay, looking good. And how much have we got? 0.8 kilos. It's not a huge amount, but probably worth the trouble. Okay. Can burn a little bit of our health for this coldness to stay out here and maybe find some more things. I actually got half a mind to go up and hunt some of those rabbits. So let's do that before we make this fire. I normally don't sprint, but it's either burn some fatigue, we're gonna have to rest later anyway, or take more cold damage. But I think it's worth the worth losing the fatigue, because there will be sleeping opportunities. This is a very unexpectedly steep riverbank. Really? There's no way up? I heard something just now. I don't know what it was. I don't think the wolves would have ranged over this far. I hope. Okay, it was deer noise. And again, deer noise means we're safe here. Because the wolves would be hunting the deer if they were around. Alright. Let's go get some of these bunnies. Sorry, dude. You gotta be kidding. This is, I'll edit that in post. First time, works every time, right? Well, what can you do, right?
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Okay. Now, each of these things are not worth a whole bunch of meat, but I think I need it. Alright. That was what it was supposed to be. Yeah, hunting with these fire-hardened arrows makes it much more straightforward to get rabbits than if you're throwing rocks at them and trying to snatch them up before they wake up. Yeah, just deer noises. So let's go and make the fire. Did you just... Oh, I guess you went down the same way I went up. Thought I went down one of the cliffs. Let's make the fire outside of the door of the house, so that it's easy to find. Come on. We're not carrying that much stuff. Right about here. And is it... It's not sunny enough, unfortunately, to use the magnifying lens. Alright, so this should be nice and uneventful. So we can add fuel, a bunch of these sticks. Let's get maybe no, we can probably do 2 liters of water. And we can start doing this food. While that's going, harvest the rabbits. Alright, looking good. Nice situation we got going here. Now let me just pause that for a moment. And here we are. Okay, and we're back. So that's one down. Can get you, place the rabbit, and now harvest you. Yeah, normally I don't use the knife to harvest the rabbits to save the condition on it, but the cooking time for these things is so low that it would be kind of a waste. Be kind of a waste to do it by hand and then possibly let the food burn, or if not, just waste fire time. Okay, and delicious. And the last, well, second to last of the rabbit. Cook, we can probably... Hour 14, that's probably good for another liter, at least. Yeah, easy. Easily. And place you.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, and now... You have 5 minutes. That's plenty of water. And now we can get rid of these rabbits out of the inventory by harvesting the rest of them. Alright, that's 1. And 2. Conveniently, this will also let the fire burn down, so we can get the charcoal from it. 2 and 3. Burn, baby, burn. Charcoal Inferno. Okay, burned out. Take all of you. Suddenly a little bit more windy. Actually, where did all this weight come from? I didn't realize. Yeah, this is why it's very hard to stay fed off rabbit. Okay, but that's a little bit of food we can survive on. And weight-wise, what in the broken arrows? How do we have so many broken arrows? We can harvest those later. Drop this guy. I guess we are carrying a storm lantern. It is probably superfluous. So there was a message. So over here by these cars, there's a radio station number 12 or something like that. And we saw a note that said that under radio station number 12, there's some kind of a work site with what I can only believe is an allusion to a keypad electronically locked door, which to me implies the existence of some kind of cave or interval area that may be dark on the inside. So I want to head over there and pop that lantern down, because during the next Aurora event, one of these nights, it's going to turn on all the electric, so hopefully we can open up that door and see what's inside. And if we keep following around this cliff face, what's going to happen is we're going to end up under that... What was that noise? We're going to end up under that radio station and hopefully find whatever worksite 12 was. That's the very long rope that we came down from the upper plateau area. Eventually we'll have to go back up that way. But that day is not yet today. Yeah, this is one of the times where walking into a slight breeze makes it extremely difficult to progress. We're still looking safe. Always nice to have a nice high vantage point. Make sure there are no blind corners that anything is sneaking up behind. Because things will sneak on you. Other than that, we just have the ambiance, environmental noises, some breeze. Okay, this over here looks like the scaffolding that they put on the side of a road to keep the snow off of it in the other maps. So I wonder if we head down there, if there could be a road over to that presumed work site. At least that's what I'm going to go with for now. We got a rock slide. Might be something interesting over here. Let's take a quick peek before we hit that possible road area. Okay, this is looking like it's probably going to be a no. Yeah, I'm not heading over there. Not going to break my ankles to get over there. No, thank you. No, thank you. So let's just head towards the... Yeah, that definitely is a road. A road in a big, flat, open area. Okay, that must be the bend we're looking at here. Okay, let's see if we can hop down or if we have to go around. That's going to be an around. My ankles are too precious. Okay, now, if this road is the one that goes all the way up, it looks like it's switching back and forth to the upper area, then that means there's going to be a landslide blocking it. And I suspect that's the case. See, that is the rope bridge that leads to the radio tower, under which I hopefully believe there to be a work site. Yeah, so we got switchback, switchback, switchback. And eventually, let's just confirm that there's nothing on the far side of that cave-in. Unless the entire switchback just caved in and there's not really a way up past this little bit here. Which, to be completely frank, it looks like might be the case. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably it. Now, I'm not going to pretend to understand the geometry of how this light pole and the presumed otherwise area of this road went / where the road actually ended up. Because if this, I think the road started up over there, kind of came down here, and all of this landslided out. But then where did it end up? Where did the rocks and mass go? Oops. Stuck on the geometry. Well, who knows? Maybe they didn't game theory that particular environmental interaction out when they were designing the map. Okay, but that over there, I do like, because that is a fishing hut. And that means two things. One, fish, which is a very nice source of food. And two, it means we can probably walk on that water. Frozen, of course. And maybe even get to that big island past the hut. Over on the horizon. Okay, let's see. Do we have one away down the... Moose! Moose! Dead moose. Live moose. Interesting. Am I brave enough to harvest that dead moose near the live moose? I don't think I am. But also, this is a little bit too much cliff for me to write a check and ask my ankles to cash it. So around we go, and that wasn't even too far around. Okay, if I had noticed this moose from up there, from up on that cliff, I definitely would have tried to snipe it. Because I do not want to get moose charged. Okay, let us see you. How far back and forth do you go? Because if you do go away from that body, I will be looting it. Or are you just gonna stand menacingly? That's a deer. It's safe over there. Is that a moose or a deer? I think it's a deer. The moose is a little bit darker. Okay, so come on, buddy. Alright, that is not the direction I was hoping that you would go. That's the direction I was hoping you would go. But it looks like you're not moving off very much. So let's go around for now. We can check for that work site. Oh, didn't realize that concrete bridge was so close. And then possibly on the way back, see if the moose has relocated. And that is a birch sapling, which is very good for fletching. You can never have too many arrows. Hold on now. Oh, that's just the top of a cattail plant. That was a weird little divot. Okay, snag this guy. And then let's keep moving. Is that another? No, that's an... I don't know what that is. The one downside of the moose is I think its pelt is like 5 kilograms, so it's actually quite heavy. Okay. Looks like we might have to go around on the coast. See if we can find this work site. Let's hope this ice doesn't break on us. I suspect it won't. Just because, yeah, that bridge is accessible. Might even be walkable underneath, which, I mean, so that means... Oops. Well, that arrow isn't retrievable. Okay, so that's telling me you can't go around there. Which means we need to try to go around the other way. Guess that's what I get for pointing with real arrows instead of fire-hardened ones. Let's get up. There we go. And we need to head over in this direction now. Let's go around the moose again. Actually, we can probably get a vantage point to see if it's even possible to go under that bridge. Under the rope bridge, I mean. And it looks like it's not possible. Unless there's a pass right there between those trees. But I think it's going to be unlikely. Yeah, honk honk. Okay. Unless that looks climbable. Okay. So that's the way. Find a way down. There's a little hop that we can deal with. Up. And then head over to that climb spot. Man, you know, the biggest loss just now was that arrowhead. Because they're either a pain to find or an even bigger pain to forge. Yeah, yawn yawn. You know what? I don't think the moose can climb this thing, so I've got half a mind to start sniping it from over here. It wasn't hiding behind a tree. Well, if we end up needing a whole bunch of meat, this is one place we can try to get it. But until then, let's not throw away all the arrows. Losing that one to the Davy Jones locker is bad enough. Secret mountain path. Its existence was implied. So I'm not sure how secret you could really call it. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Now, where's my work site? Are you down there? Are you up here? Where are you? Oh, is this just a cheeky little way around that you can get back up without having to climb up that rope? It looks like it might be. But I'm not sure if this will go all the way up or if it will end somewhat lower. Perhaps at a small ledge where the worksite is. Okay, still looking interesting. And where the heck is this thing actually going? You know, if all of this walking and climbing and discovering ends up at a dead end, I'm gonna be, let's say, miffed. Okay. Yeah, where the heck is this actually going? Is this just another way around? Oh, don't tell me that's a climbing rope. Oh, no, that's too wide to be a climbing rope. So this is still walkable. I can see over there, the path continues. Is it walkable down here to the left? Because I want to get down to this lower area too. I think we're somewhere in here. Let's pop a charcoal and see where it puts us on the map. Okay. Pretty much where I expected. Green maple sapling. I do love a good sapling. So let's continue and see where the heck this ends up. Okay. This is all looking fine. Okay, there's my maple sapling. I still don't know how to get down there, though. Is it really going to take us all the way around? Because it's looking like it might. Unless this is where it ends. What the heck? So, 2 flares. I mean, I guess that's fine. A makeshift bed. A ruined candy bar.
Any good to eat?
Planks hiding the hitbox of this MRE. Storm lantern. Heavy hammer. Those are actually kind of hard to find. And this bro. Who is... I mean, this is looking a lot like a dead end. All for just a heavy hammer and a storm lantern? Really? I mean, come on now. There's no, like, cheeky way down here. You know, I've got half a mind to hop, but I don't trust it to not just insta-kill me. Okay, so much for finding that work site that was mentioned. Unless by below the radio tower meant somewhere across that big concrete bridge. I think that might be our best bet to check next. So we'll head back, keep an eye out for places that might let us down. Didn't see any on the way in, so probably won't see any on the way back, but you never know from a new perspective. I wonder if you have to cross the bridge and then go all the way around. That would seem a little bit involved, just to go around where I really should be able to walk on the ice. But I suppose if that's what it says it is, that's what it says it is. Let's get a little bit of these calories up. Actually, unless we can find some marshmallow stalks or some cattail stalks, second best food density that I know of course. Maybe we'll take those pot shots at the moose. We shall see. Okay. Is this walkable up here? I'm not sure, but it might be. It looks a little bit steep. But looking good. Okay, cool. So now I want to get off of this steep incline before I break an ankle. Ooh, I feel like that was quite close. Okay. Is this just... What? What is this area for? Why is this accessible? Is there something cheeky around the cliff here? No. What is this place for? We didn't come this way initially, did we? I don't think we did. Let's go down and just make sure. Let's see. Or is this the way down? Oh man, I am very confused. So that's not the way down. And that ledge up there just leads to this area. Is there anything worth hopping down those cliffs up there? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't want to go down there. I'm afraid I'll get stuck. Okay. But that kind of looks possible. At the same time, I don't trust it at all. Okay, so I think that other area went up and around, we would end up coming down right here. But much more dangerously. Unless we can maybe go up and there's... No, that's not traversable. Okay, well if there's anything up there, it is lost to me. So let's go take a peek and see where that moose is. And perhaps more importantly, see how many arrows it'll take to down it. Okay, we're walking. This is actually a nice little spot for maybe a nap. We are low on fatigue. We're also low on food. So let's check our moose possibilities. Okay, you are there. 7 arrows. Is that enough at this distance? It feels kind of far. I will say it feels kind of far. Unless you get closer. Well, at the worst case scenario, we scare it off, and then we can get that deer. So let's... Alright, so remember. Kobe is for accuracy and precision, and yeet is for distance and power. I think this is on the edge. It's a little borderline, but I think it's a Kobe situation. Rip. Kobe. Not even close. Kobe. Man. Okay, are you gonna calm down? Well, in the meantime, we can harvest a couple of these broken arrows. You can sprint around, do your thing, and maybe chill out. Well, let's see. And hop. Alright, where did you end up? Somewhere over to the right here. Where did it end up? Moose Bro, where you at? Well, I guess this was the second plan. So I won't complain too much. And those are rocks. I'm looking for the arrows. So we fired 3. Oh no, those are the arrows. Okay, I guess maybe they were short? I mean, based on where these hoof prints are, I don't know if those should have been misses.
I think I need to lay down.
I'm not going to say anything else about it. Okay, let's feather. And, ooh, 2 kilograms. That's pretty good. Okay, we can... Yes. Let's harvest with the knife, just because time-wise, I think that will line things up a little bit better. And we can go back to our secret
dark
little
out here.
hidey hole,
Time to look for shelter.
our nook in the mountain pass, and start a fire and take a nap. Yeah, I don't know where that moose ended up. And how are our arrows right now? A lot of them are broken, huh? But we do have 4 that are very good. Yeah, we have 7 that are quite good, actually. Okay. So that's fine. I think 2 kilograms of venison should tide us over at least until midday tomorrow. And if that's the case, yeah, we'll pick up some of these little cattail stalks and then we should be good to go. Cross that bridge. Not metaphorically. Cross that bridge literally and see what's on the other side. Okay. And where is a good, cozy little spot? We want to go all the way in here? Or do we want to kind of put our fire... Yeah, right here is good, I think. It should be pretty well shielded from any wind direction. All right, we burn, and so let's do a little bit of water, and we can double up cooking you. And let's consume. All right, but what are we carrying that's so heavy? Maybe we just have a bunch of... Yeah, that's a lot of sticks. 5 kilograms of sticks. And what else is quite heavy? Well, yeah, I guess we have that hammer and the extra storm lantern, but let's keep those for now. The hammer, as far as I know, is used for only 2 things. 1, forging, and 2, smashing acorns into dust to make acorn coffee out of. Do we have any acorns? If I was an acorn, I would be... Where would I be? I guess probably somewhere up here. So we don't have any acorns right now. Well, that's cooking. Let's harvest the rest of these. Click. Click. And another one. The most important thing is to get these arrowheads back. Because with an arrowhead and some feathers, we can make 3 more arrows out of a birch, whatever you call it. That wasn't boiled yet. We need to put that back. I heard the noise, did not read the text. Okay, and take you. Don't have anything. Oh, we do have more to cook. 39 minutes, you're 56. Okay. Now let's check carefully. There's 8 minutes until you're done. Okay, that should be actually 45 minutes. We can probably do 1 more liter of water and then drop it here so that in case we need some on the way back, there's a little bit of water available. So that's 3.64. Let's, I guess, drop 2 liters. Yep, I'll wait till this is boiled. Take it, pick up, and now take a small nap. Can we sneak this in somewhere here, though? Yes. Right there. Alright. Make sure there's nothing worth taking pot shots at. I still don't hear anything. Okay. And now it's sleep for 12 hours. Because we are tired. Fire should be completely burned out. Get the charcoal. Excellent. And now we can head out. And now we can head out. Okay, looking good. Pick up. Yeah, that's so heavy. Well, this is on the way back. Let me think. Do we want to drop one of the storm lanterns here? No. Not yet. We can drop it at the entrance of the bridge if it doesn't look like there's much to use it for over there. Okay, looking clear. Now we've only got the 1, or let's say the 0.99 kilos of venison left. So I want to leave these cattail stalks here and here so that I kind of know where there's at least a minimum source of food. But I would prefer if there was more, a little bit closer to that bridge that we're going to cross. Until then, just keep an eye out. Anything on the ground that looks like it might be worth a snag. And we should be right around here. So let's walk past the road to our south here. And then we can pop a well, I don't know if we can pop a charcoal. It might be too foggy for it. But if we can, that would be a good start to illuminate this area over here. As long as that Timberwolf pack doesn't show up. Okay, here's the road. Interesting. So it looks like we have a little bit of a fishing village / outpost over here. So let's head in that direction. When we get a little bit closer to the shore, we'll pop the first charcoal, and then we can see if we can maybe climb up that hill above the fishing village and pop the second. What is that? I can't tell. It looks like it might just be firewood. Okay. Number one. Oh, and also we can... Oh, that was maybe a little bit farther south than I should have been. Oh well. It's not that much gap in between the reveals. But we can also make a lot of use of this fishing lodge, despite how heavy fish are for their mediocre caloric content. It's very safe to get them. Okay. Very suggestive that this ice should be walkable. Cannery worker residences. I don't think this is the work site that the memo was talking about below the radio tower. Okay, let's get up, please. Yes, very nice. So you are not enterable. Nothing good outside. You look promising with your chimney and all. Okay, you are enterable. Let's check the outside first. See if we can get a little bit up this hill, because that would be a great place to do the charcoal. And I believe, if my instincts are serving me correctly, that tree line, tree copse slash field area ought to be where I saw that Timberwolf pack before. Okay, this looks possible so far. And this is definitely as high as we can get. So, let's pop it, and then I think we might be able to take a look around this corner. Oh, it keeps going south, huh? Let's see if that Timberwolf pack really is here. Not looking like it. Yeah, that's right. I'm looking over... No. I'm looking over here. And the Timberwolf pack I saw earlier was more like over here. So we're southwest of that concern. Let's see if we can hit the southern corner. Looks like we might be close. Get across here, this little rivulet, pop another charcoal. That should be it for this coastline. Should, of course. Is it crossable? Looks like yes. Ah, another ice fishing hut. And that looks like a pretty decently... Well, I'm not going to say decently sized, but it looks like a cave. Now the question, is the cave unoccupied? I'm hoping that's a rock. Let's see. Cave entrance should be a good place for another charcoal. Right? Still not hearing or seeing anything. Pop this. Hope nothing sneaks up behind. Okay, I wonder if the coast keeps going down. It's something to check. Now let's see if the cave has anything good inside. This is just a generic cave, I suppose. And it's looking completely empty. Not even any charcoal on the ground. Not charcoal, I always get it mixed up. Not even any coal on the ground to be obtained. Okay, hook around to the left. Let's see if we can find something on that southern coastline. Yeah, I mean, this is feeling safe, right? I haven't heard any awoos. I haven't heard any bear snuffles. I haven't heard any moose honks. Yep. Now my guess is that there's not going to be much on this coastline, and if we try to go too far on the ice, it's going to start breaking on us. So let's get down here. Okay, good. Safe. And see exactly how far we can go until we get red ice. Farther than expected, actually. Oh, there we are. There it is. Okay. So let's charcoal here and try to get out to that second fishing hole. See how aggressive we can get with this cut. Pretty good. Actually pretty good. Yeah, so somewhere around there to the left should be the coastal highway. Okay, deer means we're safe in the westerly direction. I'd love to see it. Okay, let us get to the shore over here. We can do another charcoal. That should give us, oh, a busted up lighthouse. Interesting. Head over in that direction. But until then, let's get to this coastline. Pop another charcoal. That should give us this second fishing hole on the map. And let's sweep around into a sapling and take a peek at that lighthouse before we head over to the cannery building that looked like it was enterable. Because if we pick up any good stuff in the lighthouse, but it's not something good enough to take all the way around with us, what we can do is we can drop it in that building and spray paint a mark to say, hey, there's swag here to be had. Okay, green maple saplings, even though I always have far, far more maple saplings and potential bows than I know what to do with. Definitely prefer a birch sapling at this point in the play. Okay, and this should all just be walkable. And I believe, if this map is to be believed, if we get to the top of that hill, that should be a perfect spot to pop another charcoal. Hello. Oh, easy there, Tex. Almost got run over by a four-wheeler. Okay, more rabbits. Means safety is here. Oh, interesting. That's a pretty big spot across that bridge. I was not expecting something so large. It's got a warehouse and everything. Alright, let's see. Is this a vista? Proclaimed vista that will give us a very large... I wonder if that's enterable. A very large charcoal. Scout reveal. Come on, vista. We're rolling for it. And that looks like it's going to be a no. Unless? No, that's just a location. Unless? Question mark? Question mark? No such luck. Quite unfortunate. Okay, those were just some flying crows. Okay, so let's head over to the front here and get our surveying done. And yes, I did see that that door was open. Okay, fallen lighthouse. This is all revealed. And let's look inside. Okay, sulfur for the... Oh, this is the Gucci stove with the 6 burners. Whoa. And it's got a cooking pot on it already. This is actually kind of a high tier location in my opinion right now. Let's see. Some wood. Can we still go up? We can. Very interesting. Okay, so it stops here unless... Can we cheekily walk around? Oh my. This is unexpected. Is this a vista? It is not a vista. I'm going to do a charcoal anyway. On the off chance. And that's going to be no. What it is, it's pretty. And pretty. Okay, so that ice on the northern side of this little island looks useless. So one thing I will say, I always had, and I'm sure this is true in some locations, but I always had the feeling that all of the buildings in this game that are enterable are bigger on the inside than the outside. Basically, everything's a TARDIS. But this lighthouse interior that's busted up seems, from my recollection, to be the same scale as the lighthouse in Desolation Point that is enterable. And so I'm thinking that at least for the lighthouse, maybe I was wrong about the scale being off. Very interesting. Okay, at any rate, the downside of this area is there isn't really any storage to be mentioned. As much as I love, that's L-O-V-E, this 4-burner cooking pot. Unless this thing is like, you know, super on steroids and the cannery doesn't have an, or either doesn't have an enterable building, unlike I thought it was, or if the cannery's enterable building is absolute garbage, it's not worth lugging anything that I would have back and forth to this lighthouse every time. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to head down to the shore, take a very quick peek around the south and west side of this island, see if there's anything on the ice worth mentioning. Because at least in the other coastal regions, during a blizzard, nice items... Is that where the moose is? No, that's a deer. Nice items will blow up onto the shore. And you'll be able to find some things that otherwise would be non-renewable resources. So let's head down, see if there's anything like that over here. That looks a little bit too steep for my taste. See how far around this island that it lets us go before it starts breaking the ice. I probably should have gone in to check that fishing hut when I went past it as well. So we'll swing back there too. Those things usually have at least a couple of... what's the word I'm looking for? At least a couple of shelves and cabinets. Okay. I'm wondering if it even lets us around this corner right in front here. But the ice looks thick. So surely. Surely it will let us go. And this time I'm definitely not going to be aiming with the arrow to point things out. Just losing one of those arrowheads is painful enough. Is this a little shortcut? You might not be able to get up, but it looks like you can get down over there. Okay, so far, I'm being led to believe that this is actually a fully circumnavigable piece of island. Okay. Now what's over here? Is this just rocks, or what is this? Got weird shapes. I'm looking at the... See how... Oh, not very far out. Okay, so I think this might be the only area where things get blown up onto the shore. Because I don't think we can walk far enough out. Okay, well, I don't know. Is this reclaimed wood falling down from the lighthouse? It might be because it's all reclaimed wood. But I don't think we can walk far enough out to the shore. No, definitely. Bandage, shell casing. Yeah, these are 100% things. The types of things that get washed up onto shore. Okay. But I haven't seen anything else get washed up anywhere else on the shoreline that we've looked at so far. So I'm wondering if this little corner here is actually the only place where things wash up onto the shore. I guess it would have at least some small explanation for, or at least some small draw to give you a reason to walk all the way out here. Actually, hold on. I see a tiny little... Let's do with the fire-hardened arrow. Tiny little dot on the ice over there, so I'm believing that this is another spot where things might wash up. But let's see what we can find. Okay. Just some crows flying, as they do. Okay, so we hit these ice spawn points, check the fishing hole, and then we head back to the cannery. Because we're going to need to fish pretty soon on account of low food. Okay, so now we are officially out of extra food. Every calorie we're currently carrying is in our tummy. And what are you? Are you running shoes or something? Okay, I don't actually need running shoes. I think they're only good for cloth or leather. Could use the cloth, so we'll see. Aha, this. Birch sapling. Hoping that birch saplings wash up on shore is, to my knowledge, the only way to get more of them. I think once you harvest them off of the map, they are a non-renewable resource. And so it's very strong to be able to find them in a location where you can get more of them, if infinitely, as long as you can wait long enough. Wait long enough for what I presume is a random number generator to smile upon you. I'm already seeing stuff inside on the top shelf there. Let's see what there is. Is that a can of soda? Is that a can of dog food? Pork and beans. So we can leave that, don't really need it.
Stuff?
Yeah, where is the good stuff? Probably don't need the spray paint. Take these guys for cloth. Because there is some clothing I would like to repair. A small amount. Scrap metal is good for cloth. Ah, hunting knife.
Thank goodness.
Always nice to find one. You can use it to break open the ice so that you can start fishing, but I prefer to use the pry bar to do that. I don't know, so you can use three things. You can use the hunting knife, you can use the hatchet, and you can use the pry bar to break open fishing hole ice. I don't know if there's a benefit or a drawback to choosing any one of those, like perhaps one takes longer, perhaps one uses up more condition of the item, but I prefer to always use the pry bar, because the only other thing that the pry bar is good for is opening up locked car trunks and locked locker doors. And those don't come up very often. So if I'm going to lose condition on something that breaks unexpectedly, I'd prefer it be on the pry bar as opposed to, if the hunting knife breaks, you know, one, it's sort of better for the wolf struggles in case you get attacked. It's better for saving time for harvesting, you know, meat, pelt, guts from animals. Some animals, you need something that cuts to do that, so either a hatchet or a knife. So I don't want to run out of hunting knife. And I also don't want to run out of hatchet, which is the other ice opening option. Because if you run out of hatchet, what happens is you can't cut down, one, the scrub brushes that we've seen a couple times that have actually blocked certain paths. And two, you can't break down the larger limbs into firewood. And so the only way at that rate that you can really find firewood is either hope it's on the ground or pick up smaller sticks, which one, sometimes there aren't a lot of sticks, and two, you know, sometimes you'd have to run quite far away to even get some sticks to pick up. Okay. I think we're still on the coast. I think that inlet is right ahead. So we'll go straight here. Actually, maybe we'll hop over this little bit of land to the left, just to get a little bit better of a view. Okay, and wouldn't you know it, I accidentally walked into the inlet. Okay, well, it is what it is, I suppose. I was wondering why it felt so far away. Yeah, so this place is basically fully explored. So let's go fish some. Actually, let's check the inside of this building and drop whatever we can, because fish are heavy and we're already encumbered. Fish are very heavy. In the campaign, spoiler alert, there's this one pond that you can fish in, and if you fish in it long enough and well enough, there's a 30-kilogram fish. But it's only worth like 2,000 calories. It's so very silly.
I need to drop something.
Okay, so you do. Now, there is, despite the existence, aha, here is the fireplace. And how many cooking spots are available? I think it should be 2. Let's see. Okay, so there are only 2 cooking slots, but love to see a whetstone. The only way to repair condition on either a hatchet or a hunting knife, and considering the lightness of the whetstone, the length that especially the hunting knife will last in terms of durability, a whetstone is actually very good for rifle shell casing. It's very good for, you know, condition-wise and longevity-wise. And let's start a fire. Okay, I don't know why I'm starting this, actually. Because I haven't fished yet, so there's not really anything to cook. So instead,
Come on.
let's put a bunch of water so that we can stock it later. 42 minutes. 2 times 42 is 82, is an hour and... Yeah, it's like an hour and 24 minutes, so that should cook just fine. Should boil just fine. Let's see. Old bedroll. Container we can search.
This stuff will come
Matches, love to see it. Anything interesting hiding on a flare, love to see it. Those are apparently pretty good for Timberwolf attacks. At least that's what the loading screens have led me to believe. Now what we can actually do is we can drop everything that cures. So all the hides, all the guts, and the green saplings. 5 green birch saplings. I didn't realize we were holding so many. Each birch sapling is good for 3 arrows, as long as you have the arrowheads and the crow feathers. So that's actually a lot. Let's drop the firewood here. Okay, now we're actually getting pretty reasonable on the carry weight. And let's use the trunk
Could end up being useful.
as storage, because depending on how much stuff we end up stashing here, 30 kilograms will go by pretty fast. But for now... Ooh, hiccups. For now, it'll do... Ooh, hiccups pretty well. Actually store some charcoals. And all of these mittens and things, I'm going to want to break down and turn into cloth, so I can repair my sweaters. But for now, I think we're light enough to go and start fishing. What's a safe way down? I guess we just go around. Alright. Crows. Now, are they circling over something or are they just flying? I hear them in this direction, but I don't see... Oh, there they are. They're just flying. Just passing. Okay. Got anything good? Tinder plug, don't need it. Reclaimed wood. Always nice to have in a pinch, but we can leave it.
Use this.
Hook is nice. Okay, empty, and actually the line is nice. And you're ruined. You aren't necessary. Okay, so now I think we can fish to our heart's content. Let's open you up with the pry bar. Choppity chop chop chop. And then we can just fish for like 4 hours straight. And do we use the lure? I think not yet. And I always accidentally click on craft tackle. We want to start fishing. Well, that was quick. Yeah, you see 191 calories for only 3/4 of a kilogram. Probably something like 250 calories per kilogram. Extremely low for a meat standard. Wolf is like 750 calories per kilogram. Bear is like 800. Deer is 1,000. Moose is like more, I think. But as far as getting calories just outright is concerned, it's a great way to do it. Oh yeah. Making out like bandits over here. Fish bandits. Okay, blizzard. I want to say the shore is this way. I probably should have paid a little bit more attention. But as long as the ice doesn't start cracking...
Sure I can carry much more.
Okay, this looks so... yeah. Okay. It would not have been good to walk out into the blizzard in the middle of the night. And the upside of using that fireplace to cook is we can do it inside, out of the blizzard, and away from a risk of snow blowing our fire out. Oh yeah. Downside is it's dark inside. I think the fireplace is over here. I'm just sweeping around back and forth trying to remember where things were. Fireplace, here we go. Okay, so we want to start a fire. But with some of these sticks we dropped on the ground, question mark? Aha. And the fire is here? Metal shelf. Shelf, shelf, shelf. That means I turned around. Just scanning up and down. Okay, open trunk, fireplace to the left of the trunk. At least we thought. Uh-oh. We had the fireplace, but we lost the fireplace. Come on, I believe in you. Metal shelf. Just going in circles. Look, let's try to find the trunk again. Because I know where the trunk is, we can use that to gather our...
Might have to drop some gear.
Our orientation. Here's a stick. Table, radio. I think the fireplace was to the right. Let me move a little bit over that way. Aha, gotcha. Okay, start fire, stick, cardboard match. The downside of doing fire, interesting, I thought I was, well, I guess this is about where I thought I was. The downside of starting a fire inside is you can never use the magnifying glass to do it. Okay. Now we can do the rest of the sticks. We take the boiled water. We use the weapons of cooking destruction. Start cooking these fish. Alright, we can add some more sticks. Okay, and now we do our rhythm game. Pop, 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 pop. Oops. I mean, I guess I didn't mean to eat it, but I suppose it's fine.
Die if I don't drink something soon.
Luckily, you just picked up 4 liters of water. We can pop, pop, pop. Heat up. Pop, 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 pop. 33 minutes, just need to be careful not to let the fire burn out.
Wonder if I can
Weren't there
drop
more
any of this
fish? I thought there were
gear.
more fish. 6 minutes, 26 minutes. Yeah, you know, I guess we can let it burn out. That's kind of cozy. And we can just do a lot more fishing and cooking on the morn. Because right now I suspect if we fall asleep, I suspect we would sleep through the entire blizzard. Because they tend not to last more than 6 or so hours on the long end. That's cozy. This could almost be like a 24-hour cozy live stream. Just sitting here in this room with the fire on. Okay, at any rate, let's put these guys back. Where did I pick up? I picked these things up. Okay, here we go. Drop to drop, drop to drop, 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 drop all, and drop 2. Okay, so that's good there. And put the sticks, well, you're cooked. Drop all our sticks. And I guess we just sleep until morning.
I need to find a place to rest.
Oh, you're looking at it. You are looking at it. Okay. And I do enjoy when these things get nice and bright during the day, because sometimes the window lighting leaves a little bit to be desired. Okay. But at any rate, we can stow, so I prefer to stow cooked food outside
Something's gotta go.
for refrigerating properties. But I do not believe there is a container out here, unless that square is a container. Let's see. That might be a storage container. No. That is fuel can, a fuel drum. So I don't think there is actually any containers in this exterior area here, which means the only hope of getting one would be to lug 50 entire stones over here to make a little stone cairn. Take some firewood, stow it inside. Let's see, so I don't remember if the fishing skill is maxed out. Ice fishing, it's not maxed out. In fact, it's only halfway through level 3. So I'm not going to lose sleep over just kind of fishing here for a while, actually. One thing I need is definitely a way to find firewood in this area. So first let's put the food inside because fish is heavy. Probably transfer most of the water. Not quite all. I just clicked transfer all, didn't I? Okay, most of the water. And let's look a little bit inland and see if there are any good places with lots of firewood. I don't particularly remember seeing such a place, but that doesn't mean I didn't miss one. Alright, what's this stuff? What have we got here? Coal, nice. So these reclaimed wood and possibly planks are probably non-renewable resources. So I shouldn't consider them to be a long-term source of fire fuel. Sticks could be. Let's check over in this dark area, which I believe, let's pick up some sticks along the way, I believe is just kind of in this residence. I mean, it says, now I'm confused. Cannery worker residences. Okay, so that is that entire area, question mark? So then why did it just show up? I don't know. But let's get on top of this rock over here and do a charcoal. I think we'll probably have a better chance finding sticks and limbs and stuff under these trees. And also let's remember to spray paint a mark on the outside of that building. Okay, I wasn't actually expecting this to be a pass, but I guess it'll do. Okay, that's pretty much what I was hoping for. Let's head over there to that smaller bridge. Pick up as much sticks as we can on the way and on the way back. Because these sticks will turn into fish. Or at least we can exchange them for cooked fish. To my knowledge, every time you use the hatchet to break something down, no matter how big the limb is, or if it's a tiny little branch like this, it takes 2 condition off of the hatchet. And when it comes to these little branches, they only give you 3 sticks, each good for about 10 minutes of burning each. And it only saves you. So if you use the hatchet, it takes 5 minutes to break down. If you just use your hands, it takes 10 minutes to break down. And using the hatchet, really the only thing it gets you is a faster breakdown. So like if it's really cold, or if you're trying to maintain a fire, that 5-minute difference may actually be worth paying the 2 condition. But in general, I try to never pay it because it's like the least return on hatchet condition than you can think of. If I remember, the larger limbs, the ones that you can't break down without the hatchet, they take 45 minutes to break down, turn into smaller, basically firewood, and they'll give you somewhere between 3 and 4.5 hours of burn time each. 3 cedars should give you around 3 hours of burn time. 3 fir limbs, or fir branches, that's a deer, should give you about 4.5 hours of burn time. So it's something like between 6 and 9 times more condition efficient to never use, or to use your condition on the whole limbs as opposed to just the tiny branches. But I will say, it's not really looking hopeful. Aha, saplings. See them. It's not looking hopeful for replenishable firewood if there's only fallen sticks and branches in this region. So let's just hoover all these up, snatch those saplings and put them back down in the cannery residences, and then just fish a bunch. Because I want to take a bunch of fish over to that big bridge. So I'm suspecting if these are the cannery residences that we're at, I'm suspecting that that big warehouse over across the big concrete bridge, that should be the cannery proper. At least that's what I would suspect based on context clues. Oops. Okay, so that should be everything here. Let us head back. I saw a little bit of grass pop in. Let's make sure that our view distance is as far as possible. Where is that? Mod quality, visuals, advanced. Yeah, here we go. Draw distance. And we want all these things, and let's crank that. Shouldn't kill the frames too badly. Although I suppose in this area it doesn't make much difference, because there's just snow. Are those also saplings? That looks like it's either a whole bunch of saplings or a whole bunch of burdock root. Either way, we're going to go and dig it up. Okay. This should be climbable. If I get a little bit of a nudge on this rock, we can go over and down. Okay, burdock. Less exciting than I was hoping for, but it couldn't hurt to take them. Man. I mean, antibiotics are good, especially if you get sick. But I don't remember them taking this long to dig up. Maybe let's only get 3. Okay, and with that in mind, let's actually... I know we keep mission creeping, right? Let's head over this little lip and pop another charcoal. It looks like a dead end. It isn't a dead end, it's got a little pass. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to pop the charcoal and then take a peek through the pass. See where that puts us. I do need to be careful because this is getting dangerously close to where those timber wolves were. And I don't know how far back and forth they'll migrate. And I don't think they are the type to awoo. They know it's already illegal. Which means if I don't see them from a distance, there's a risk of just walking straight up on them. So let's get just over this little ridge here. We'll do the last charcoal and then we'll head back. Just here. Okay, I don't see anything. So we should be good, at least for now. Okay, but yeah, that is kind of dangerous. Getting close. I feel like the pack that I saw is across that rock, or somewhere over to the left there. But what it is right now is not my problem. Speaking of burdock root tea, got some yerba mate. Which is useful for hydration. Alright, we're walking over here. Can you believe that my original plan, waking up at the beginning of this day, was to go straight out to the ice hole and keep fishing? Of mice and men, right? Okay, that's a stump. And that means right over here, well, actually that's a completely separate concern, but the fishing hole, the fishing cabin at the end of the river means that to the right is our cannery residences. Okay, so there are some sticks to be found over here, but no really good branches to break down, which is quite unfortunate. But I suppose you can't have it all. Okay.
Too heavy.
He'll survive. Okay, so let's head back, dump all these sticks. Don't think we really picked up anything else. Oh no, we also picked up a bunch of saplings. All the sticks, all the saplings. And then fish. One thing I will say, dear, I guess it's convenient that there's some sticks here too. Not a whole bunch. If this is the cannery worker residences, I'm just kind of surprised. There's like three houses for that huge complex. Well, I guess there are probably some more houses. Maybe some apartments in that area, but that's not what the name of this place would lead you to believe. Okay. All the sticks go in a pile. 40 sticks is not actually half bad. Drop the coal that I forgot we picked up. And over here we can drop our saplings. 1, 2, 3. In fact, maybe we just chill here for long enough. Let's eat a fish. Maybe we just chill here for long enough to actually have all of those things cure. And I'm sure we can find a workbench over at the cannery. And we can use the workbench to fix, or I guess remake some of these arrows that we've been breaking. Make up for that one arrow that I launched, yeeted, because I was not going for accuracy or precision. Just panic. That I yeeted into the ocean. Oh, actually, is this? It looks like there might be a couple of other shore spawns that I didn't see before. These look like wood, so let's go over and check. And grab those and then fish on the way back. I keep getting distracted, right? The one thing... No, I guess this isn't wood. This is, for some reason, dress shoes. The one thing that I regret checking, but that I don't think is worth the time now, is checking that island, because there's a bunch of trees. It's not impossible that limbs fall off of the trees. We can use you to make bait. It's not impossible that limbs fall off the trees, but I feel like it's unlikely, given the small sort of number of copses on that island. You never know, though. Okay, let's see if there's any of our fishing hole left open. Nice. Just pry it open the rest of the way. And then hopefully we can use that ruined fish to make some bait. It's a lot of bait. All right, fantastic. And do we automatically use bait? I'm not sure. How do I use B for bait? More importantly, where is it? Okay. Useful for catching larger fish. Is it? Aha, it's here. Okay. Do 4 hours. A rockfish. I don't think I've seen one of those before. Coho salmon, pretty good. Coho salmon usually have a decent size. Trouts are usually on the smaller side in my experience.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind. I'm not going to be able to carry this load for
fantastic.
much longer.
Let's head back inside. Let's toss the fish in the storage trunk. And just store some raw fish along with the other things we want to keep long term. Because I'd like to do one big fire to cook a whole bunch of fish at the same time, and maybe boil a whole bunch of water at the same time. Actually, speaking of, I stored the water in the trunk. I should really just leave it in a water bottle on the floor. Because you can really end up getting a lot of liters of water, and that's heavy. It's going to be using up a lot of the trunks. What was that noise? Okay, so I thought initially that it was just a creaking piece of wood, but it turns out it was yet another deer noise. Absolutely demonic. Alright. Let's go forward to the bed. I thought the bed was right in front. There it is. And then we go left to the trunk. Left to the trunk, he says. We're all the way forward. There it is. Okay, so we... Where's our fish? Here's our fish. So drop all the fish. Oh, that filled up quick. Maybe we'll have to find another solution for holding all these fish because they're so heavy. But at any rate, we drop all the water on the ground. Actually, no, we don't. We drop some of the water on the ground. Slide right to the bed. Pillow is under the bed. Trunk, backwards right, and bed. Okay. And we can, well, let's just sleep as long as it'll let us. Ooh. I hope I don't dehydrate in my sleep, because that is probably a lot of damage we're about to take. Oh, not too much. Not too much, actually. Let's snag a couple of cooked fish. Sticks means we need to go forward. Trunk. You're light. We can snag something else heavy. Well, probably 2 fish then. 3 fish. Sounds like a blizzard outside. So I'm not entirely sure what to expect out there. Yeah, see, eat all those fish and it's not even one full hunger bar. Okay. Hopefully... Okay, blizzard, but I think we can still find the tent. But before we go, let me not forget to spray our storage mark. That's unfortunate. I'd forgotten about that. Okay. So we're going straight out, and if we don't find the fishing hut, we find the fishing hut. I was going to go straight backwards. And that should leave us to be not getting lost in the blizzard. Okay. 33% frozen. Let us actually check the... It's still kind of cold, huh? Let's see how much temperature we lose breaking this ice open. I mean, not great. I think we can fish for an hour. Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Okay, let's, that's a little bit too much health damage for my taste. So we head back inside, and we try to sleep till dawn. You're right about that. You're right about that. Alright, looking good. Bed. Hopefully we get 2 hours. Probably only gonna get 1. Okay, listening with my ears. And I don't hear a blizzard. Which means we ought to have pretty good conditions. Not the greatest. A bit too foggy for me to trust it to let me map. So let's not do that yet. Let's do it on the way back. Hopefully after some fishing this fog will have cleared up and the sun will have come out a little bit more. Alright, looking good. Only 5% frozen. And we can fish for probably 2 hours at minus 5C. Not too
Like I
bad.
survived another night.
Would have hoped to catch something, though. Bait. It doesn't warm up more. Okay, nice.
Cold is
Come on
making
now.
my head feel thick.
Surely you can survive until it warms up. I believe in you. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, now we're increasing in warmth. Wow. It's only a 5% chance for the fishing line to snap, so that's not fantastic. Like 2 snaps in, what was that? 3 or 4 catches? Looking good.
I could use a drink.
Yeah, our clothing is so good, we could just sit here, out on the ice, fishing with no fire, and just not freeze. Okay, this is heavy enough. Let's bring it back. And it's nice and bright, so let's remark that mark we put, because it's not showing up on the cabin. All right, let's have at it. Despite the labored breathing, we're pretty chill. Okay, much better.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Storage mark, and we'll put it right on top of the old one. And it won't let us. Boo, boo. That'll do. And it might even be a little bit more visible from the outside. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, grab you. Get some water. Fish go. I can't fit much fish in the trunk. Let's see. Do we have any other storage? I'm not seeing anything. Okay, we got a drawer. But how much can this really store? 5 kilograms, that's like 1 fish. 1 fish per drawer. Metal containers are nice, 15 kilograms. That's something at least. Yeah, there's just not a lot of storage here. I wonder. Let's fill this up, and then we'll do an experiment. None of this is cooked, huh? None of this is cooked. What I'm going to do is the next time we catch multiple fish, I'm going to drop one of them inside and one of them outside. So kind of drop them at the same time with the same condition. And hopefully even if they're the same kind of fish, that'd be good. And we can do an experiment to see whether the condition of the fish lowers faster when it's sitting on the ground inside or when it's sitting on the ground outside. What we do now is we fish for probably another 4 hours. Oops. I keep pressing the wrong button. Use bait. 4 hours fishing, start fishing. So we fish, we got some trout. Hopefully one more trout. Perfect. We can use that for our experiment. And then we head inside before it gets too pitch black and start the fire to cook all this.
Sun setting. gonna get a lot colder soon.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
that was quite productive. Pretty... Beep. I do hear a lot of wind, though. Okay. We're heading in, we're heading up to bigger and better things. Let's check those fish we got. Ooh. Okay. Here, so these guys are, so I got 94 rainbow. So we've got a 95 and a 94. We'll drop the 94 outside, go inside, and right on the inside of the doorway, we will drop the 95 rainbow trout. Okay, it's darker than I was hoping. Let's approximate the direction of the fire. Work pants, I think the fire is to the right. Yeah, cooking pot means fire is above. Cooking pot means fire is above. Okay, start fire. Cardboard matches. Do we have a stick? No, but we can use the reclaimed wood. Farther to the left than I thought it was. Okay. So now we're going to need a bunch of sticks. And toss all these things in. And we can start cooking some of these fish. Because this is a lot of fish. Put you. And put you in. You and put you in.
I could eat anything.
Oh, you're about to eat. I mean, I guess it's not sushi, but it's not that far off. Okay. Let's think here. Cook. Take. And cook. Oops, and cook. Take. And cook. Cook. Take and cook. Get some more fish. Take, take, take. Take, take. Take and start cooking. Both 29 minutes. Nice timing.
It's starting to weigh me down.
Huh? Cook. Take and cook. Okay. So the fish doesn't last forever raw. It's not going down too slowly. And the last cook. Okay, I think we want some more water, so let's get some sticks. Put them all in the fire. That should be good for at least 3 liters from each pot. Alright, so one thing that I've noticed is the fish weigh less after you cook them. Substantially. I should also probably check and see how the calories change. Because I've never really paid attention to it. Cook you, take you, and now we can boil some water. Let's see, you can't really fit anything. And that is a lot of lantern fuel. Actually, quite a bit. While we're waiting for that to go, we can harvest some of these clothings for cloth. And with all this lantern fuel, I'm wondering if making some torches might be the order of the day. Some full 100% conditioned torches out of sticks, cloth, and lantern fuel. Ooh, that's a long time to harvest. Actually, I don't want to harvest that long because the water will boil off.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
So how much time do we have left to cook? Only 19 minutes. I was expecting more. I think I want more water here. Because you can never have too much.
I'm gonna need
Worst case scenario, you just toss it on the ground. And it doesn't take up any space. Okay, those should both cook up just fine. Where did I get this second moose hide satchel from? I don't remember. At any rate, let's do some harvesting. And then as soon as this water's done, or maybe even before that, our fatigue is set so that we'll wake up pretty well into the morning, so a good time of day. Yeah, so this will make the fire burn out. Go. Open trunk. Is there anything I want to put in here? I don't think so. Let's just drink some of the water. Maybe eat one of these small fish. And then just sleep. Just sleep. Over to the right. Pillow. Chair, bed. Bed. The bed is what we want. So just put it to 12 and it'll just sleep as long as we need to. Probably around 10 hours if I was to guess it. To guesstimate. Okay. Dehydration is real. Looking good. Again, not... I guess this is 2 liters each. Not as much water as I would hope to be able to drop here. Let's drop 5 of them. Fish-wise, it's about what we're looking for. Rockfish is pretty good on calories, actually. And let's take one of the cooking pots. And what's our fish situation? Let's take all these lightweight fish. And what else do we have to deal with? All of this fishing oil. Let's drop. Drop, drop. And I suppose we can keep this guy just in the off chance that we want to refuel one of these lanterns. Let's see, how are we on the sapling curing? Probably not done yet. I think it takes 3 days. Okay. Our fish inside is at 90%. I think that was what, overnight? And our fish outside, stolen by an animal, is 93%. Okay, so it is better to store raw fish outside. Now, let's do the same thing with the cooked fish. Okay, so we've got these 2 guys. So these are both cohos cooked at 99% condition. Let's drop one of them inside. And let's drop the other outside. By the time we come back, the difference in their condition will tell us where it is better to store this.
I wonder if I can drop any
Yes,
of
we
this
can put the
gear.
raw ones here too. Okay. Weight-wise, we're just over. And that's fine because we'll be eating all these fish. And getting a lot of weight back that way. We're not holding a bunch of firewood, are we? More than I'd like. I don't need newsprint rolls or tinder. And let's actually leave the fur firewood behind. I'm sure if we need to burn something, we'll be able to find something along the way. You can get dropped here. And just for an emergency, let's actually put maybe 6 cardboard matches here. Okay, now let's head to the big bridge. Okay. Now, again, not that this counts for anything with how silent the Timberwolves tend to be, but I don't hear anything. I'm listening closely for a wooze. So we have 7 simple arrows and 2 fire-hardened arrows. There's a pretty good split. So hope we don't run up on a moose. In Desolation Point, sometimes the moose will block a bridge and make you have to take a really annoying detour. What is that over there on the ice shoreline? I wonder, maybe a locker or something got blown onto shore. Something big anyway. Okay, that looks like a deer. And it might be hiding behind a tree, but I don't see our moose over there.
Never would have thought to look here.
But you just did think to look here. Okay, that's a bust. And let's just check these cars. The ultimate life form. Long bridge. Well, it's a certainly accurate description. Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't let me walk around that icy ledge there. Yep. One of the only 3 uses for the pry bar.
Hope nobody needs this
Gauntlets. I wonder how those compare to rabbit skin. Some spray paint. And beef jerky. Let's compare. So
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
the rabbit skin is 2 Celsius, 2 Celsius, 50 and 3. And these guys are probably, ooh, interesting, probably also 2 Celsius, 2 Celsius, 45 and 3, 53 and 5. The gauntlets might actually be a little bit better than the rabbit skin mitts. The only thing they're worse at, once you repair them, is going to be the water resistance. And I think I would rather have something that, hopefully these are actually repairable with just cloth. Cured leather. Okay, that's not the greatest. Because cured leather, you can't really make it as far as I know. You can only find it.
Wonder if the owner's around.
Or harvest for it. But you do pick it up in a decently large array of locations. So I'm wondering if that might be better or more easily repairable than the rabbit skin. Because I've already got a rabbit skin hat competing for that piece of resource. Gotta check all these cars.
Someone's stash.
Yeah, and a spent revolver shell casing is their stash. Come on, man. Let's hope this bridge doesn't collapse under us. Actually, where are we? This is probably a good place for... Did I drop all the charcoal? Well, gotta go back. Actually, though, what we can do to make our life a little bit easier is drop all these fish. How did I not recognize that I ran out of charcoal? and forget to pick it up out of that fire. It's unfortunate. Is there a cheeky way down over here? Or is it just a cliff? That, well, it's probably doable, but a little bit more aggressive than I prefer. Okay, let's walk. And hope that no little gremlins have gone and stolen our charcoal. Grab a couple sticks on the way. And I guess through this is probably going to be the straightest route. I'm not sure if this entirely makes sense, but this low to mid poly design aesthetic kind of reminds me of those claymation animations from a while ago, you know, like the early 90s, late 80s, because everything had this sort of rounded, blocky feel to it. Did we check this door? It's blocked up. Yeah, everything had this sort of rounded, blocky feel to it. It was squarely in the uncanny valley with how things moved around, and it was nightmare fuel when I was younger. Absolutely terrifying. Even things that were supposed to be made for children. Okay, that's a lot of charcoal, and what can we drop here? I guess we can put this assorted food in. And the chips. And a few of these flares. Uh-huh. Anything on this side? Yeah, I guess we don't need all this cloth. Nice to have some as a backup. Green sapling we can drop. Dusting sulfur we can drop. Cured rabbit pelt can go in there. Cured leather can go in there. And also all the burdock. Forgotten about that. Okay, so let us drop our sapling. Here. And now we can head back properly. Because now we can do some surveying on the bridge and then over the cannery. Well, what I presume is the cannery. Alright, we're walking pretty fast. Back up the hill. And then, as if we had never forgotten anything. Of course I say, as if we had never forgotten anything, but you know who really forgot. You know who really did it. Okay. Let's maximize the road metric, because I think it feels like you walk a little bit faster on the road. Maybe it's only 10 or even 5%, but I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Alright, we're walking. Down a long bridge. Let's get to the truck and then we'll pop the charcoal. Alright. Here's our
Too heavy.
fish. It's only too heavy till you get hungry. And then it is just the right amount of mass. This thing's probably empty, right? Yep. Good spot for a little campfire, though. Probably quite protected from the from the wind and the elements. Yeah, I guess you can walk all the way around here, huh? That is a surprisingly segmented region we're in right now. Because we have the upper plateau area.
This'll come in handy.
Well, maybe segmented isn't the adjective I'm looking for. It's very railroady. There's the upper region up there, and as far as I can tell, the only way down is a climbing spot. And that goes to the lower marsh area that we were just looking through. And then there's this whole region across on the other side. There's no way there. We checked through that secret mountain pass. It looks like the only way to get to there is across this bridge and around.
I think I can use this.
So we have two complete choke points that are the only way into or out of their respective adjacent regions. They definitely could have made it more interconnected. Okay. Here's the cannery. Looks like there's something dead inside there already. Hello. I see you, punk. I see you. And now my main question is... Oh, you're going this way, are you? Yeah, walk away. There is... I'm only seeing one viable route to get into those buildings. Can we get down to the water line and go around? And how much burn time do we have? We have 3 sticks, which is not a lot, considering that really the best way to fight off these... Well, the best way to scare off these Timberwolf packs is to just start a fire right at your feet so they don't get close and start biting you. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 confirmed. I'm a little bit worried because they look like they're transiting to the next region, which will take them past us. Do we run down to that turned over truck? Because that's a pretty good place to fight, I think. I think I just hope they pass. Although we do have 1 scent mark. Will they detect us? I don't know. See how much we can eat. It's probably not enough. Yeah, we still have the 1 scent mark. Okay, so they're not actually leaving. It looks like they're just chilling over there. But if I was to try to get in a sneaky way, I'd want to be going over there exactly where they are. I don't see any ways to get in from the coastline. Everything looks like it's on stilts. Okay, so there's 4. This is a pretty big pack compared to the other one that I fought the other day. And they keep moving this direction? Question mark? Oh yeah, that guy's broken containment. Let's head back to the bridge with a quickness. Oops, stuck. Okay, I would like to have been able to pick up some more wood. 3 sticks is not a lot of burn time. Oh yeah, you're coming. You're coming. But where to fight? Where is somewhere that I can get that they can't? I mean, I suppose it would be possible to put a fire in their way here. But again, I'm worried about that low burn time that I have. It's also getting dark. Decisions. I mean, worst case scenario, you can just spend the night in the car and hope they move off. But I don't actually know if they will. Decisions. And walk on the bumper? Oh. Is there a way up? I'm gonna say probably not. No. I want to get a little bit of a vantage point to see if they actually are coming this way. Because I feel like if I walk close enough to see over that lip, and they are, then it'll be close enough for them to start attacking. Well, let's see. Looking for something fluffy. Is the Fluff Mafia closing in? That remains to be seen. But if they are, we're in a rough spot. Definitely not an ideal place to be pushing for me right now. Although perhaps up on that rock is sufficiently difficult to path to that it'll work out. I guess it's worth a try. Okay, looks like they didn't continue. Where the heck are they? Yeah, I feel like this is not traversable by them, at least part of it. Okay, they did move off and in the perfect direction. Amazing. Okay, that's exactly what I want to see. But them coming back is not exactly what I want to see. So let's take this opportunity to try to get inside the canning facility. It might be too late to make this run. In fact, I'm almost certain it is. But if we can stay hidden on the left here, maybe we can make it pretty close. Okay, we're going down. I think we have to get inside this break in the fence and then just make a run for somewhere defensible. Because I suspect they'll be right there on the right. Okay, come on. Let's move it. Uh-oh, where's the entrance? It's gotta be over here, right? It's gotta be over here, right? Yes, okay. Let's find a door. And safe.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Okay, fantastic, actually. Sometimes you just gotta Metal Gear it, I guess.
Is it food or?
It is food. Okay, so let's see if there's anything worth snagging here. And I'm wondering if they're pawing at the door outside. Or if it's possible to move to a different... So many flashlights. I don't need all these flashlights. In fact, I don't need any flashlights. Cardboard boxes. Nothing in them. Metal chair, don't need it. Table, don't need it. Just use a hacksaw to break it down. Ricka raw to get some scrap metal. Okay, moment of truth. They are not here. Oof. But I don't trust them to not be nearby. Okay, let's see. What is a good defensible position in case they come back? Unless, is that?
I need to drop
No,
some.
that's not moving. Okay, a couple of walkable buildings. Search these things. Don't need... Who puts a rock in their trunk? Okay, a little bit of food. Just push our ability to stay here even a little bit longer. So this must have a hole somewhere that we can enter through. See, okay, so open barn door there, open barn door here, question mark? Or do we have to go over on the dock? It seems we have to go over on the dock. Okay. If I were Kens in a cannery. Ooh, is this climbable? I don't want to climb this because you have to be under encumbrance to climb. And that means dropping a lot of stuff.
This stuff will come in handy.
Aha. For keeping beverages warm.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Anything good in all of these shelves? No. And still no workbench. Of which I was hoping to find. And no way out to the dock. Do I really have to go up and out? There's got to be a way around, right? Yeah, surely. Surely. Surely? Yes. This is looking good. Firewood, we can pick that up just to drop it somewhere. Don't really need the recycled can. Bed, that's alright. Don't need the trail boots. Don't need the book.
I wonder who owns this stuff.
Okay, there is enough storage here that it might be a half-decent little way station. It's less out of the way than... For starters, let's pop a charcoal outside. Can we do it inside? I guess we can. Let's see how effective it is. Okay, yeah. For starters, it's going to be a little... So we've got a location on the right here. We've got a location up here, Pensive Lookout. I think this warehouse is going to be more conveniently to access than the cannery worker residences, where we've got all that food. Oh, and there's lockers. There's just a bunch of storage here. And it's outside storage, so if we do have food, like fish, it won't spoil, well, as fast. And there's a perfectly defensible and wind-protected campfire fire barrel. So yeah, this is pretty much, you know, as much as you could hope for. Whole bunch of reclaimed wood you can find. Okay, so let's say this is our little spot. And we can put all of the things we don't want to lug around here. Storage. And that will be on the door outside. Low visibility, come on now. That's frustrating. Well, at any rate, let's start filling this locker with firewood to begin with. Let's keep the sticks in case those wolves come back. What else? A couple bandages. Yeah, it might be a good idea to have a little bit of medical here. Antibiotics, we can put 2. Old man's beard, we can put 1. And painkillers we can put too. Clothing-wise, there's a few things we can drop and rip apart. Food-wise, I can drop you for now, although probably not even worth carrying you. Have a little food stash. If we do water, we're going to have to make that later. Definitely drop both of these flashlights. No use for them. We put the flask away. And 2 of these spray paints, and we can stow the storm lantern. Anything else? Stow the scrap metal. And let's make 1 or 2 old man beard wound dressings. Yeah, 2's fine. 2 is fine, because they'll deal with infection in case I get any wolf bites. Yep. Okay, so that's that. Let us break down some of this clothing and then see how far that'll take us for sleeping. Just harvest, harvest, harvest. To your heart's content. Okay. The fisherman's sweater is actually quite good as a backup, so I don't want to rip that up. Sweatshirt we can harvest. Shoes we can harvest. Those will take a while. Anything else? Just the shoes and the sweater. So harvest these guys, and then you should be able to sleep until morn. Alright. Let's plop down our bearskin bedroll. There we go. Take a little sip of water, and maybe eat a fish. And sleep for 7 hours probably. Should put us just before dawn. It's a little earlier than I prefer to wake up. Yeah. But I suppose it's not that bad as long as we're outside and able to see things. In fact, why don't we climb up that mountaineering rope and see what's up there? Did I already pick up the bearskin? I did. I'm wondering if there's a way onto that boat. Because if there's a way onto the boat, there could be a way around into the other cannery building. Climb. Oh yeah. Super fast. With high stamina. This looks like a one-way trip. So let's be careful now. Technician's notebook. A bloody piece of notebook paper. Rhea Comsat Canada. Wolves won't let up. I put up a track to get above them, but they won't leave. Most food here is spoiled. Going to try and rig up something in that old cannery workshop, but I'm staring down a deep hole here, guys. Can only hope you reach me soon. Just leave this here in case it gets even worse. Well, I think it got even worse. Considering that this dude isn't here anymore. But that echoes the problem that the people back up at the comm station were having. Okay, but we're looking for an electronically locked door. Yeah, so this is definitely the way forward. Check the file cabinets. Never know what kind of junk you'll find.
Could end up being useful.
I did not need to pick up that newsprint roll. Because it's only good for making tinder, and I don't need tinder anymore. Okay. Now, let's be careful and not fall off of a roof here. Okay. Is the only way down to hop down? Seems like it might be. Yeah, so we're going to go over the boat. We're going to get onto that dock, and then that will lead us into the other building. So let's sprint. Well, don't think I've ever jumped as far before. Anything on the ground here? A knapsack and a flare. Can barely see it.
Excellent.
Man, this stuff doesn't look spoiled. This guy's crazy. Hey, is there any way into the boat? I don't want to fall off of it. Because, well, I suppose there's ice down there. It wouldn't be the end of the world. As long as the ice holds. Which is never a guaranteed bet. Is this climbable? No. It's just rigging lines. Okay, nothing interesting back here behind the nets, it seems. Alright. Okay, safe. Is this just spray paint? I guess it is. Okay, anything good around here? Let's just make sure we don't accidentally fall through a slat or something. Other than that, looks like it's clear sailing. Okay. Don't see anything fluffy, obviously. And here is a tiny little way inside. And I guess these are the people.
Nobody needs this anymore.
The double corpse. Okay, this is a lot of control equipment. This place lights up like a Christmas tree during an aurora. Last Resort Cannery. Well, that's ominous. Sardines. Get it? Because it's a cannery for sardines. Okay, just a bunch of junk on the ground here. So let's check the second floor. Okay, okay. Anything here? Scrap metal? Don't really need it. I'm still waiting. Lantern fuel? Don't really need it. I'm still waiting to find a workbench in this place. Okay. This looks like it might be a one-way, but I think that feels walkable. I mean, all this trouble, there's got to be some good stuff in here, right?
What have we here?
Yeah, that's not bad. That would be good if I didn't have something better already. Woodworking tools. Okay. I have never found these before. But they let you start building... Yeah, what are you going to do down there, punk? Oh, they've taken over this place. Yeah, roof. I feel completely safe up here. Completely safe. As long as I don't fall.
Looks like a new day is dawning.
That it is. So these guys were definitely trying to find us last night. But as it is... Give up, Anakin. I have the high ground. Yeah, I'd run too. A few of these shots are a little bit long range. Probably should have taken that one. Okay, that's definitely a one-way trip. Should start... I think I should start working on some of these guys. Seven arrows total. Where's the guy down there that I keep hearing? Yeah, that's right. Keep it going. Keep it moving. Yep. Okay, that's one. And he ought to bleed out eventually. Okay, you. Just want to wait for it to be a little bit lighter and check in that second floor area one more time before heading forward. Make sure nothing got missed. Oh, look at you up there, you little cheeky scamp. I see you. Oh, what, you gonna come solo me? Oh, you bringing a friend? Yeah, come on now. Come on, bring it. Bring it, punk. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'd run too. Come on. Yeah, and the horse you rode in on. Oh, where did you sneak from? Oh, you're bleeding. And you missed. So let's remember there's an arrow right down there. Come on, punk. Uh-oh. Now there are two of them. Oh, you're too fast. Come on. Okay, one of them just died. I heard it echo far away. But we still got a whole bunch sharking around here. Yep. Probably should have taken that shot too. Where are you? I hear you. I hear you, punk. Where are you at? There you are. Yeah, come on. Come on. What are you gonna do to me? Nothing. Gotcha. That's two down. Should have taken it. Yeah, run. See you. Three down. Actually, you just got straight up murked. And we got two runners. You're out on the ice. And you're over there. 3 arrows left. Let's think here. First, let's go warm up. And then maybe we try to...
Can't feel my feet.
Let's start by warming up. Okay, this is not a whole lot warmer than it is outside. I think what we do... We head up, we head out, we do the one way. Surely the wolves won't come back and attack.
My fingers feel numb.
Go find the arrow that I've missed over there in the grass. And hop. That's one way, and this is one way. Hop. Alright, anything good up here? I can... Oof, wasn't sure if that was walkable. Okay, that looks like there's nothing here. Oh, I hear you, punk. Yeah, come get some. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot of a woo, actually. And I only have 3 arrows. Well, as long as I don't fall, walking around here should be fine. Okay. Yeah, I'd run too. That is a lot of them. Let's see here. This is actually maybe the best place to fight them from. Because they can't get up, but I can shoot down. Okay, that looks like another one way. I'm wondering if it's worth it to risk it. Definitely not when these guys are around here. So let us walk back over here. This is one way. Really? Okay, never mind. We got it. We got it. Yeah, that's right. Let's see, what can we get? Gonna have to make one of these shots eventually. 3 arrows. It's rough decision making. Yeah, keep it going. Keep it moving, punk. Should have made that one. Yeah, this is an entirely new pack. Almost did. Still had a decent amount of time before we need to worry about hypothermia. So I think we continue fighting. Okay. That's one. That's 2. And is your morale broken? I think it might be. Let's go down and get as many arrows as we can before anything else decides to come and gank. Okay. Very carefully slide along. Hope this hop works. Nice. And let's see. Ooh, there's something sneaky. First off, sneaky plastic container.
Might have to drop some gear.
Second off, I see you. Little thing on top. Ooh, and it continues. So let's get this cache. Let's continue along this secret little route here. See if there's anything good. With a quickness, because we are chilly. Okay, nice. Nice. Oh, up, up, up. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. There we go. Okay, whew. Geometry, question mark. Okay, this looks like a one-way trip. Is that really another frickin' wolf pack? Okay, let's go in. And let's walk across. Check out this first aid kit. Not bad. Man, really? How are there infinite wolves here? You were already inside, huh? Okay, so those stairs look like they are the one way down. Almost certainly going to need as much firewood as I can pick up to scare these guys off. Let's check the backpack. Okay. Let's see, is there a way in? There is a way in. So we don't need to worry about the first floor here. But we can go and check this other second floor. And hope there are no intact stairs that will lead up. So that nothing fluffy can send. Man. And here I thought I had a lot of arrows. Apparently it's not enough for 3 Timberwolf packs. That's an interesting looking little safe. Okay, is this accessible from the ground? It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Let's check. Hope there's nothing right here. Okay, all of you guys are underneath. That's not a way down. Let's make sure there's nowhere you can walk on this left side. Okay, there isn't because the pier's out. Perfect. Okay, which actually means I think we've unlocked this whole area here. Fire barrel. A memo. Aha, I found it. The keypad with the door that I've been looking for days. Okay, very nice. But damn, they were not messing around when they were talking about those wolves being all crazy. Alright, that old radio tower is supposed to relay the weather, but half the time the damn thing is offline, and since the landslide last summer, we can't even get up the road anymore to check out what's going on. Bert is pretty sure the only way through is on the other side of the mountains. It is. Somewhere off the ravine between Provincial Park, Mystery Lake, and the highway along the coastline. What's management going to do about this? Without a way to check on the equipment, all the automation in the world ain't gonna do much good out here. I know there's a technician kid someplace on the island attached to that tower company. Maybe they could help us out. And don't forget to get a copy of the workshop's door code while you're up there. Okay, so deep lore. We already got a copy of the workshop doors code because we've already been up to that radio tower. The only way through is on the other side of the mountains. Old radio tower is supposed to relay the weather. I see. Okay, so this is like campaign lore. It's talking about the astronomy station, I believe, because that's through Mystery Lake up to the coastal highway and north through Pleasant Valley. Okay, let's take you. Alright, and you can't walk down here, can you? No, this is definitely a jump. Okay. So, if there's an Aurora, we can get in here easy. Because we already have the door code. It's like 451 or something like that. Ooh, hiccup. Well, let's look around. And let's see if there's anything else on this pier. Anywhere else we can get inside. Okay, there's another wolf pack. Alright, I'm really regretting not taking more arrows. Looks like some guy tried to fire a flare shell off. That didn't work out for him. Okay, wolves. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to scare these guys off with torches and fire. Try to get those arrows back and then take care of the rest of them the Turok old-fashioned way. And this seems like it's a dead end. Okay. I think that's going to be the way it goes. Let's get into that little nook.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Right? Unless... Did the wolves just get scared off because a blizzard is arriving? It sounds like they might have. Yeah, you're sprinting away. Okay, that's not too bad. But, oh! I hear you, punk. Okay, well, let's stay in here. In fact, let's take a nap in here. And get a save. I think I might need to think about what to do next. Because we've hit, I think, 5 wolves with arrows. One wolf is dead outside that fence. I think one might be dead inside the fence. Like quite near to this cannery area. One wolf is... not one wolf. One arrow is I missed and it's out in the grass over there. One wolf sounded like it fell and died up on that hill. And he should have an arrow in him too. But I think we'll have to wait for better conditions and maybe a little bit more safety. Because I don't... If I go outside and get ganged up on by those 3 Timberwolf packs, the only thing that'll save me is being able to build a fire on the spot. And that can't happen if it's really windy, so we're going to have to wait for good conditions to head out from here. Luckily, I think there's at least a decent amount of food around. We'll grab the save here, and then that's where we'll call it. Okay, got the save. Hypothermia down. Still windy and threatening to blizzard. We're alright on food and drink, especially because of all these glorious sardines that we've acquired from the cannery. So we'll figure out how to deal with that next time. Okay. So that's probably a pretty good place to call it. And I suppose I'll see you all on the proverbial flip side. Until then, I've been Yuchi. And man, against these these timber wolves, I've been trying.